All right, guys. Sorry for the delay. I don't know why it's still not showing for me that I'm live on X, so I couldn't post it out. So thank you, Shell. We did do it. Thank you for posting out the space because that let me repost the space because I don't know. X is just being crazy and weird. I couldn't see it, but thank you all for your support. Guys, we are here for another evening update. This is our third night in a row, guys. My eventual goal is to be doing this 5 nights a week. I am very appreciative that Starship allowed me to test the waters a little bit and see how it would be streaming every night a little bit earlier than I was planning. But you know what, guys? We're here. We did it. We're still alive. Today is a crazy Wednesdays every week for me, guys, are insane. I'm up at like 5:15. I am busy with work slam all the way till like 6 or 7. I have a business call that I'm on the side with a business coach and a mastermind group that I am on until 7. I am streaming. I had to feed the kids, so I fit that in there, did some laundry. I'm here. We're live at 7:30. I've got all my bookmarks. We're ready to go. Yeah, guys, Wednesday's crazy. It's absolutely bananas, but we are here. We are doing the thing. And let's get the first story pulled up, guys. We start with culture. Oh, gosh. We love people that don't agree with being responsible for their own actions or behaviors, that there is no accountability. And what better person than a doctor at Stanford? Sorry, Dr. Stanford from Harvard.
Nope.
Okay. Dr. Stanford from Harvard trying to tell us, as Phil Labonte, the lead singer of the heavy metal band All That Remains, points out, that Dr. Fatima Stanford comes out against the laws of thermodynamics because her argument is that apparently obesity is genetic and cannot be treated with diet and exercise. I will personally attest that this is fucking false because ever since I started eating better and moving more, I'm down like almost 45 pounds. So this broad's dumb.
You lose weight, right? If you diet, you lose weight, right?
The number one cause of obesity is genetics. That means if you are born.
I like her face right there. She's like, see, even she knows that's retarded. Like straight up retarded, guys. They're just using an excuse just because culturally certain demographics tend to be more obese than others. Doesn't mean it's genetic, guys. It means you've culturally accepted it and you continue to shove too much food in your face.
Born to parents that have obesity, you have a 50 to 85% likelihood of having the disease yourself.
It's not a disease, guys. It's because your parents are fatties. You might be a fatty. It makes sense. I don't know you're around people that have accepted that in their life. You probably will accept it in your life as well. And the people in your life probably overeat and don't move enough. So you think that's normal and you eat too much and you don't move enough. That's all there is to it, guys. Eat less, eat healthier. So Maha, right? Eat less, eat healthier, move more. The majority of America, so Maha, right? Eat less, eat healthier, move more. The majority of Americans are highly sedentary, guys. Move more, please. Garner says, if you diet and exercise, you deprive Big Pharma, I'm assuming not Big Pharma, but Big Pharma of selling pills. That is also true. Funny thing, she's not really ignorant. She's highly educated. She's just retarded.
Even with optimal diet, exercise.
And this is where credentialism fails everyone, guys.
Sleep management, stress management. So when people see families that have obesity, the assumption is, what are they feeding those kids?
Yes. Because they're probably feeding them McDonald's and low quality food. Fast food. Highly processed, ultra processed freezer dinners. Like, yeah, they're probably eating those as a family. Where'd he go? I don't know. I'm right here. Where'd he go? I'm right here. I went nowhere. How you doing, Gardner? Good to see you. Good to see you as well, Shell. Thank you for showing up as always. We move on and say DNC begins with a land acknowledgement that Minneapolis is on stolen land. The interesting thing oh, look, Minneapolis. So this was 2 days ago, guys. What happened today? We had a school shooting in Minneapolis that's being investigated as domestic terrorism by a transgender person. So we're starting the DNC meeting in Minneapolis with this nonsense.
Lindy Somek, who is from the Saginaw Ojibwe Nation, and she's going to deliver our land acknowledgement today. Lindy.
A land acknowledgement. They brought up a Native American who's also obese and probably and also has a rainbow cuffs on her suit jacket. That's pretty gay.
Lindy Somek, Nijikaz, Amekdodam, Saginaw Chippewa
It,
Dojaba.
guys, the audio on this video is super low. I'm sorry.
DNC members, friends, and relatives.
You know what? We're just going to skip it because the audio is way too low to hear. But guys, they brought up a gay Native American to start with a land acknowledgement that Minneapolis is on stolen land and we still live in a system of oppression. So that is the mentality of people in Minneapolis right now, guys. That's the mentality of the DNC, the Democrats, the crazies in Minneapolis. Keep that in mind for our story later about Minneapolis. Just store that one away. In fact, I'll keep that tab open so we can refer back to it here in just a second. X crashed. Oh, no. Hopefully you're back, Gardner. Good to see you. And Wokeness posts, say her name. It's Irina Zarutska, 23 years old. She was killed on the train last week by a thug with several prior arrests for violent crimes in Charlotte. So this isn't only blue states. It's also the blue cities and red states. Charlotte in North Carolina, guys. North Carolina is not winning a whole lot of popularity contests with the not left right now. They're making really bad policy decisions. But you can see here, zero national outrage. Why do you think that is? Do you think that maybe is because it's a white female that was killed by a darker skinned male? Do you think maybe that's why no one cares? Because no one cares about white people? Seems a little suspicious, doesn't it? She was a legal refugee who fled to the U.S. from Ukraine for her safety. And as Elon Musk points out, guys, why wasn't he in jail? The way the media works, guys, it doesn't fit the narrative. Sam, it doesn't fit the narrative. Interracial violent crimes, black on white, very high. Black on Hispanic, high. White on black, very low. White on Hispanic, higher than black on Hispanic. Hispanic on white, almost twice as much. Hispanic on black, very low. But look what the media is focusing on, guys. White on black crime. Almost the lowest number. The only thing lower is Hispanic on black crime. So it looks like the people attacking blacks the most are the blacks. And yet that gets no media attention. It's interesting how that works, isn't it? That's why we need to remember these people's names. We need to talk about these stories because the mainstream media isn't doing it. Charlotte is neon blue. North Carolina is purple. Neon blue, you say? I mean, from this story, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, guys, we need to say these people's names like Irina Zarutska because we're losing far too many people to violent crime for people that are on the streets that have no business being on our streets. And why might that happen? Why might our culture be degrading? Well, Matt Van Swall has a very good point that he makes here. I can't stop thinking about this. Where did the Christianity go? This in response to the more I've gone to church, the more I'm starting to realize that liberalism doesn't just act like a political ideology. It literally is a religion. To which Elon says, woke is a religion that filled the void that Christianity left. So if that's true, where did Christianity go? What happened to it? Well, it was pushed out of the public domain. The progressives, the communists did this. And they used the wedge of the separation of church and state to do it. But then you see that, oh, we pushed Christianity out, but what did we do? Oh, we say, oh, but equality, guys, equality. So you must allow the satanic temple to have displays in public places. They've removed Christianity and they've installed satanic temple symbols. Why? Because white people in Christianity, for some reason, are not allowed. As being largely secular. It was mostly much older folks who were religious. So it surprised me when Christianity started resurfacing among younger posters in 2016. The older folks seem to be less religious too. Christianity has rules and guidance. The left doesn't want that. The left actually wants you to have none of those. It's interesting, isn't it? Speaking about a degradation of values, this actually should probably be over in the immigration section, but hey, we'll just do it now. We're doing it live, guys. Sometimes things are out of order. Tough. We live with it. Federal judge ruled that Milwaukee, so not Minneapolis, but Milwaukee, county judge Hannah Dugan, who helped the illegal evade ICE, does not have immunity and can be prosecuted. She now faces multiple charges, including a felony and 6 years in prison. No one is above the law. That's right. This is the one that let the illegal sneak out the back door to try and evade ICE. Well, she was taken into custody and investigated, and now apparently is open to felony charges and will probably lose her seat on the bench. Think about how crazy this is, guys. Progressives are so brain rotten that they are willing to give up their entire career, all in the service of somebody who shouldn't even be here. To virtue signal to an illegal criminal alien, this woman was willing to die on the altar of progressivism and sacrifice her life that she built through work and education to support a criminal alien, to support the progressive religion. It's a mental illness, guys. I can't think of any other reason why you would do this on behalf of somebody you don't know, let alone a criminal alien. Can anyone tell me why? Any woman who, educated woman with good degree, good job, just boss babing it so hard. Why would you give that up for a criminal illegal alien? It's interesting, is it? The ends are justifying the means, but the means might be self-sacrifice, but they'll just chew you up and spit you out. So in response to the things that are going on here, and we have a couple of stories here coming up. We have an entire section, guys, on the United Kingdom because there's been a ton of stories about that in the last few days. Phil points out this is based, but what is he saying is based? Well, Weapon Outfitters says men seeing all these stories about young children in the UK being constantly attacked, victimized, and harassed is heartbreaking. In the U.S., dads beat their kids' rapists to death with fists, blow rapists' heads off on live TV, etc. I prefer that. As do I. I think that is the correct answer. Or wood chippers, large rotary shredders. You know, the bigger the piece of industrial equipment, the better. But no charges for Texas father who beat to death daughter's molester. Grand jury will not indict Texas father who beat to death the daughter's molester. See, it's stories like this that make me think there might still be a chance that our culture isn't completely gone. Because if you get caught and you do this stuff, even if the court system decides or they haven't caught that person yet, like if you catch somebody in the act doing something heinous like this to a minor, it seems like it kind of just makes sense. Now, I'm not saying that you should be a vigilante. I'm not encouraging it. But I'm not sad that somebody who was molesting this guy's daughter is no longer with us. Just saying. As we continue culture, guys, what happened in the last few days? We had Cracker Barrel go crazy. We had Cracker Barrel came out that Robbie Starbuck here let us all know they were sponsoring pride events and all-age drag shows. Then we realized, like, what is happening? This brand that we thought was American and conservative isn't. It's full of DEI. It's full of progressivism. It's full of rot. Here's a 1-minute recap of the all-ages pride event that Cracker Barrel sponsored. And I'm going to mute that because the music will definitely get me copyright stricken. Stroke. Don't stroke me off the channel. Hang on. Okay. Well, I'm not going to leave you with this playing, but you can see this nonsense that was going on at these pride events. Cracker Barrel was one of the main sponsors. Guys, we covered that story earlier in the week. It's absolutely atrocious. And as the White House here points out, America's back. But I'm going to put up the, I'm going to go back to the screen. My son has pooped everyone. He did a great job, but he needs a little bit of assistance. He's asking nicely for it. So I will be right back in just a minute. Gotta love kids, guys. But yeah, I'll be right back. Give me just a minute. Going to help the young one. And we did it, guys. We are back. Raptor engines would vaporize a person in 12 seconds under just half power. Is that your recommendation for molesters and pedophiles there, Gardner? It's not a bad one. We could just line them up when they're doing engine testing. Seems reasonable. Confuse him while he's gone. Everyone name a random animal. I'm on to you. You were unable to get your plan off the ground while I was gone. Sorry. But you can see here, White House, go woke, go broke. Because Trump truthed out, Cracker Barrel should go back to the old logo, admit a mistake based on customer response, the ultimate poll, and manage the company better than ever before. They got $1 billion worth of free publicity if they play their cards right. Very tricky to do. It is. But a great opportunity. Have a major news conference today. Make Cracker Barrel a winner again. Remember, in just a short period of time, I made America the hottest country anywhere in the world. 1 year ago, it was dead. Good luck. Yeah, but the problem is, guys, they can change their logo back, but you know what they're not changing? Their DEI policies. They haven't gotten rid of their woke C-suite people. They're still sponsoring pride events. Like, that needs to change. That absolutely needs to change, guys. We can't have that. We can't support that. So unless Cracker Barrel changes that stance, I don't give a shit if they change their logo back or not. The Department of Energy came out just to be funny and changed it from a oak barrel to an oil barrel, which is hilarious. America first. America is back. Guys, fucking W from the U.S. Department of Energy. I love those guys. And then it turns out, and Wokeness posted not that much after, this was yesterday evening, just before, actually, this is basically almost as we were going live. And we talked about a little last night on the Flight Test 10 stream that we had. So if you haven't seen that, go back and watch it, guys. Flight Test 10 was amazing. It was fun to do and fun to watch with you guys. So thank you for all of you who participated. But yeah, guys, they went back to their old logo. And they even posted. This was posted last night. Just after that, says, we thank our guests for sharing your voices and love of Cracker Barrel. We said we would listen, and we have. Our new logo is going away, and the old timer will remain at Cracker Barrel. It's always and always will. It always has been and always will be about serving our delicious food. More welcome, kind of country hospitality that feels like family. As a proud American institution, our 70,000 hardworking employees look forward to welcoming you at our table soon. No.
Nope.
Nope, not going to do it. You know why? Same C-suite, same policies, same support for progressive ideas. And you know what they still haven't undone? Their $700 million that they spent renovating and sterilizing their stores. Stop sterilizing the kids and stop sterilizing your stores. Maybe then, maybe I would consider going back to one, but until they do all those things, ain't happening. We're transitioning into our UK section, guys. The colors for the UK have been a big thing in the news the last couple of days because apparently they're racist and they're terrible and they're anti-migrant and they're, bigoted. But they're also the flag of the country. So what do you do with that? Well, you do this.
Run.
Nope. Music. So what do you think this guy's doing right here, guys? Oh, that's right. He's painting the center of the roundabout with some red paint to be the flag. Look at that. It's good to see the UK may not be totally conquered yet, but it's pretty damn close, guys. If these guys are actually going to stand up and not rely on their 12-year-old girls to defend their country, they have a lot of fixing to do. This girl made headlines huge. She pulled this knife and this hatchet to defend herself against a migrant who filmed this. This is a still from that video. The migrant was harassing this girl and her friend. They videoed it. And guess what happened? They arrested the girl for brandishing a weapon in defense against the migrant. And now it's turned into a meme. And Tommy Robinson has gotten involved. And we all know Tommy Robinson is a little bit of a agitator, if you will, but he's also a free speech guy. He's also a free UK guy. He comes out and posts, he did live streams outside of groomer gang trials. He was pointing out the migrant rape gangs in the UK. Got himself in quite a bit of trouble for doing it. But you know what? I support him in his doing it. The weak politicians, guys, authorities, and two full tiers. Okay. Weak politicians, authorities, and a full two-tier system rigged against them. A legacy media demonized the native at every given turn in favor of the invader, all under the guise of tolerance. These are words that the left likes to use because they like to use them as weapons. If you do not accept what they want you to accept, they call you intolerant. They call you racist. They call you bigoted, sexist, any of the words to try and shame you into compliance. No more. Young girls have been forced to fend for themselves on their own streets. It's absolutely crazy, guys. It's bananas. It says, I'd like to send a copy of the Declaration of Independence and all the weapons we've sent to Ukraine. Yeah. I'd rather arm 12-year-old girls in the UK than give another dime or another weapon to the Ukraine. Yeah, 100%. I completely agree. Because this is the current choice that they gave these girls. Think about how crazy, like I'm a parent. I have 2 kids. One of them is a daughter. If I had to pick between these two, I'm picking to get arrested. And I would do it gladly every time. But the fact that they are putting their children in this situation, all in the name of supporting migrants and criminals as a virtue signal to progressive ideologies is crazy. Just remove the king's brother remember probably the king's brother spent extensive time on Jeffrey's Island. Understand why they are doing nothing now. Yeah. Yep. Just remember, not remove. Yes. I kind of figured that one on my own because it made sense. But yeah, that's true, guys. The king's brother, the prince, and Epstein. Just saying. And as the quartering Jeremy, I don't always see eye to eye with him, but you know what? He has a very good point. If only we knew, if only we could connect this rise in horrific crimes to something and be able to stop it somehow. Look at the numbers of recorded rapes between the year 2000 and 2024, just under a quarter century later. Look at the number change. So then you have to ask yourself, what dramatically changed between 2000 in Europe and 2024 in Europe? Was it the native population that changed? Or is it they imported a ton of the third world, the Middle East, and North Africa? Cultures that were incompatible with their own, who did not respect their values. And as Nux points out, guys, statistics are racist. Is it them again, Yogi? It's always them. It's always them, boo-boo. Yeah, guys, like Poland, that's a good point. Look at these stat numbers. Poland went down. What does that show about these stats? What is the same between England and Wales, Germany and France that is not the same with Poland? What is Poland's stance on migrants right now? What are the videos you see of Poland? It's of natives to Poland enjoying time outside together. It's peaceful. Like, sure, there's still crime there. I'm not saying that native people don't commit crimes. They do. There's still crime. But there isn't this. The Poles did not import the high numbers of migrants like these other countries did. These countries are doing it to themselves. They're committing suicide. I don't understand why, but it is what it is. We're going to move to government and corruption here real quick. Just two things. Sean Hendricks posting a response about in a new letter to Congress, FEMA employees warned that the Trump administration is undoing 2 decades of progress since Hurricane Katrina. Yeah, how has FEMA gotten better since Hurricane Katrina? Anyone? Anyone want to say how the amount of money they spent and the things that they've done has made things better? Is there a disaster response to the hurricanes in North Carolina and elsewhere? Are they helping or hurting? There's a lot of concern about what's been undone, not just the legislation that was put in place, but also the amount of workers that have left. Well, if they weren't doing the right thing and they weren't giving us the results we needed, it's not time to take it off yet. No. Almost. 15 minutes. Yeah. 15 minutes is not a long time. Maybe when you're 4, it feels like it, but it's not. Okay. Anyways, progress. They love to use that word. It basically means useless government spending that enriches private contractors that donate to the right people. Burn it all to the ground. Yes, I completely agree. You have these preferred government contractors that get these fat contracts for disaster response, when in reality, guys, just let the people of the community help each other. Don't penalize them. Don't confiscate their things. As Gardner here points out, progress and FEMA never belong in the same paragraph. Yeah, I completely agree, Gardner. I completely agree. So that's from Sean. And then conservative alternative, this is in response to a lot of the other bullshit that's going on in our government. We have too many communists, guys. Look at weak Mamdani, who can't even bench press 235-pound plates. We need to invoke the Communist Control Act of 1954, guys. It's still on the books. If you are a self-identified communist, if you espouse communist or Marxist ideologies, we should enforce this. It was never repealed. We've always kept it ready just in case. What do you guys think? Communist Control Act? I think it's time. Who here wants to see Trump do the Communist Control Act? In fact, if you want to see Trump use the Communist Control Act, repost the live. Let's get some more people in here, guys. That way we can share the message with more and more and more. So please post out the live if you have not already, and I greatly appreciate it. We're going to roll into DOGE, Gardner's favorite topic, and one of the things that we probably see Gardner around on the channel the most is in response to DOGE. He is one of the moderators for the DOGE community here on X. He is also a significant contributor. Does a lot of research using Data Republican and Twin Forces tools. We also have tools by California DOGE and others. So check out datarepublican.com. Check out the tools there. Check out California DOGE's GitHub and website. You are leading up to the removal of waste, fraud, and abuse. Treasury Secretary Scott Bennett gives a nod to DOGE efforts improving the economy. Let's watch this real quick.
Said very often, economic security is national security, and our country has never been so secure thanks to you. You have brought us back from the edge. You had the overwhelming mandate from the American people. You're restoring confidence in government, a topic that is on the front of everyone's mind, the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve's independence comes from a political arrangement between itself and the American public. Having the public's trust is the only thing that gives it credibility. And you, sir, are restoring trust to government. You are weeding out the waste, fraud, and abuse, and the old ways of doing things are not good enough. We are seeing a blue-collar boom. In the first 7 months of your administration, real blue-collar wages have taken off. And the only other time that they've done this in the past 70 years was in your previous term. Your efforts on tax, trade, and deregulation have boosted paychecks for Americans.
Trump's like, oh no, stop. Oh, I mean, continue. You can see his smile over here as Bessent continues to talk.
Workers, while slowing the pace of inflation and lowering the cost of energy.
Oh God, I just saw that boom mic. I really want to see that boom mic just hit Scott in the head. I think it'd be funnier.
Inflation has plummeted to just 1.9% since you took office, and the economy rebounded with real GDP surging 3% last quarter. The blue-collar boom coincides with a CapEx comeback. In anticipation of your one big, beautiful bill becoming law, CapEx increased by American businesses by nearly 14% in the first half of this year. And as you and I talk about frequently, and as that chart or that photo attests, we are going to see, I believe, a bigger CapEx boom from here. This is just the beginning.
You hear that, guys? It is just the beginning. And I hope they're right. Scott Bessent, everyone. DOGE doing great work. DOGE also dropped a new video, guys. Let's check this one out.
What we have learned here today is that USAID has been used as a tool by Democrats to brainwash the world with globalist propaganda.
Why do they always put music? Like, I get it, but the music is going to get me, like, get the video demonetized. You have to ask America. Oh,
why in the world are the folks on the left so afraid of?
Oh, well, they're afraid of waste, fraud, and abuse being cut, Mr. Burchett, because their friends get rich by it. Exposing lies.
Don't believe that, sir.
Are you sure?
You tweeted that in reference to a book you were reading at the time, apparently, The Case for Reparations.
Oh, tweeted it. Yeah, I don't believe that. Oh, really?
Reparations. You put that on Twitter in January of 2020.
Brought back common sense. Yeah, guys.
For transgender women, which are biological men, competing in women's events.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. If they comply with the policy, no. Nope. Defunded woke propaganda. That's what I'm talking
Here today,
about.
the American people will not continue to allow such propaganda.
That's what I'm talking about. Marjorie Taylor Greene, everyone. Doing the Lord's work. DOGE is not finished yet. Coming back in September. This is after the recess, guys. They're going to come back harder, stronger, bigger. As long as you pause and give commentary, it shouldn't get you taken down. Also, that's canned music. Yeah, I know. But hey, you'd be surprised on YouTube what will get you auto demonetized or get the video taken down. The automated system does not make sense. If you look in their creator music platform where it's supposed to be music that you can freely use, or that there are agreements between the creator and the creators on YouTube, we'll use Tom McDonald, for instance. A lot of his music is set to split revenue. So if you use the music and you do commentary on it, it's supposed to I think it's 55% of the revenue goes to Tom, 45% of the revenue goes to you. That's how they're set. If you look at it in creator music, it says if you use this track, it's set to share the revenue. It's 55-45. You're like, great, cool. I do a reaction video to it. I post it. It gets completely demonetized, and its copyright claim is by Rogue something, I forget, but it gets taken down. And you try and fair use argue it because you pause and make commentary, and then they say, nope, the copyright holder still asserts the claim, and you can then appeal that. But if you appeal it and they side against you, it counts as one of the 3 strikes on your channel, and you can't be live for a week. So I agree. That's how it should work. But the longer you spend on YouTube, the more you realize that those are not actually the rules, that they just kind of make it up as they go, and smaller creators get punished and bigger creators get away with it because they have the audience size and they sell enough ads to where the platform doesn't want to upset them. But small creators like myself, we get none of that leniency. Yeah, new video there. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says tariff revenue in 2025 will be between $500 billion and $1 trillion. The average budget deficit is 26% less than the last 12 months under Biden. Guys, this is so big. So enormous, guys, that like it's hard to fathom how much money that actually is, especially when we're talking about deficits in the trillions. But we're not just generating tax revenue, we are rebalancing the global trade system. This is Sam, Conservative Alternative. The global trade ecosystem in a way that benefits America, and tariffs are the vehicle for this transformation. If tariffs don't work, why are 170 other countries tariffing the United States? And that is the thing that most people don't talk about. It's the thing that the media doesn't want you to talk about. Oh, America is bad for imposing tariffs. It hurts us. Well, they don't talk about the fact that most of these countries have had significant, just punitive tariffs against the United States and our goods for decades. We're talking hundreds of % against U.S. products like dairy in Canada, chicken and eggs, things that are, you think, oh, those are cheap. Well, if you try and export them to Canada, no Canadian's going to buy them because the cost of an imported United Statesian, phrasing, like gallon of milk is going to be 300% more expensive than the cost of actually here. Like when we sell it to them, they just jack it up 300%. And then the cost of a local gallon of milk is less. So of course, no one's going to buy it. All these countries have had these things. And for decades, we were just bending over and taking it. So it's good to see that we're finally getting some back. And the last part of DOGE, guys, as Gardner here points out, this, instead of worrying how this guy spends his money, which is apparently on launching rockets and doing other crazy things, you should be worried how they are spending your money, not his money. Don't worry how he spends his own money. Worry about how they spend yours. It's a very, very valid point, Mr. Gardner. Very valid point. We get to law and terrorism because law and terrorism is so much fun. But you have National Guard troops are now carrying rifles patrolling the Smithsonian Metro in D.C., guys. So they are armed. They are not messing around in these metro stations anymore in D.C. What's the first word that comes to your mind when you see this? Well, as Adrienne Curry points out, I think women won't be raped and criminals won't hurt people. Phil Labonte there. Safe. Roger says safety, bitch. Safety, law and order, kindness. All around, that sounds pretty great. Mariel Bowser even comes out in her progressive witch ass and says this.
And we greatly appreciate the surge of officers that enhance what MPD has been able to do in this city. The most significant thing that we are highlighting today.
It's so difficult for her to say it, but she's also just saying the troop presence is just helping what Metropolitan PD was already doing, guys. Because Metropolitan PD was already making such great progress against all this crime in D.C., right?
Is the area of crime that was most troubling for us in 2023.
How about the days upon days with 0 homicides? You're welcome.
Now, we have driven it down over the last years.
Mostly by underreporting to the FBI.
But I'm going to get my glasses so I can make sure I can see it correctly. But for
I got to make sure I get my lies straight.
Carjackings, the difference between this period, this 20-day period of this federal surge and last year represents a 87% reduction in carjackings in Washington, D.C. We know that when carjackings go down, when use of gun goes down, when homicide or robbery go down, neighborhoods feel safer.
Oh, weird. When robberies and homicides and carjackings go down, do you feel safer? Like, this broad is dumb. Just dumb. But you're welcome, by the way. FBI is now investigating. Remember we said Minneapolis earlier. They started their meeting. The DNC in Minneapolis started their meeting by saying that the land was stolen and being ridiculous. What just happened in Minneapolis today? Oh, that's right. We're investigating a Catholic school shooting as an act of domestic terror, a hate crime targeting Catholics, per FBI Director Kash Patel. It's being called what it is, terrorism against Catholics. Oh. Because they're attacking Christianity, guys. Christians are increasingly under attack in this country, and it's no surprise that transgenders are the ones committing the acts of terrorism. Up until 100 years ago, we classified transgenderism as demonic possession. Maybe it still is. What do you guys think? And then we see who did it. Well, the Minneapolis shooting suspect has been identified as Robin Westman, the alleged shooter, as multiple videos on social media which showed that he clearly hated Christians. They have since been taken down, of course. They always scrub the social media, guys. Isn't it weird? How many transgender and isolated people have we now seen commit acts of extreme violence, mostly against Christians and native-born people in America, or the president of the United States, and then their social media gets scrubbed, and we learn nothing new about them, no matter what the investigation says. Guys, what have we learned about the Las Vegas shooters? And I say shooters, plural, because talk to anyone. There was not just one. Also, how does somebody get fully automatic weapons up at the top of a hotel? Where do they get them? Where did they buy them? Like, who were they? Robert, not Robin. Robert. Oh, thank you for the correction. Apparently, there is a correction. It is Robert. Oh, is Robin their silly transgender name? Is that what it is? Interesting. So, Robert Westman. Yeah, guys, how do we not know about the first Trump assassination attempt? How do we not know about him anymore? Or the second assassin? How do we not know about these people? The Vegas shooters, however many there were. The, was it Nashville? That school shooter? Never really, like the manifesto finally came out, I think, a little while ago. They buried that forever. And yet, how many of them are on the LGBTQ plus AAIIPPP spectrum? Too many of them. Where is your God? Read one of the magazines, guys. So you see here, there was a bunch of weapons laid out with a bunch of things written on the magazines. Where is your God? His real name is Robert. Just sent me a DM. Okay, well, let's check out the DM from Mr. Gardner. Always good to see fresh news. All right, seriously. This is kind of what we were just talking about, guys. Denver shooter, trans. Aberdeen shooter, trans. Nashville shooter, trans. Philly shooter, crossdresser. Perry shooter, trans. COS shooter, non-binary. New one. Just saying. Like, it's a mental disorder, guys. It's a mental disease. They need to be treated as such. And as Caroline posts here that Robert shared with us, transgenderism is the decision to, in pride, turn your back on God, decide that you will make yourself in your own image, live a life of self-worship, and adopt a new name in the process. You know who else did this? Satan. That's right. Lucifer. It's a very valid point there, Mr. Johnson. And now we're going to wrap it up. We're going to get into memes. We have a couple. This one, Travis Kelce apparently simped too hard this week and decided to propose to this dumpster fire of a person. That is my opinion. You might be a Swiftie out there, and I might have pissed you off, but I honestly do not care. I think she's mid at best. I think most of it is she was probably decent back in the early days when she was doing more country stuff, but this whole pop princess crap, nope. But I do love the Babylon Bee, guys. The Babylon Bees meme here is hilarious. Taylor Swift engagement overturned as referee determines Travis Kelce's knee did not touch the ground. Oh, man. Another on-point Bee post. Yep. Yeah, guys, the Bee never disappoints. Another one that was good, guys. George Alexopoulos. Again, if you're not following G Prime 85, guys, you should be 100% supporting this. Sir Knight, help! Help! An evil wizard has locked me in his tower. And he says, I'd love to, my lady, but I don't want to go to jail. Y'all ladies did this to yourselves. You played yourselves. Men don't want to help you anymore. And you know what? It's your own fault. It really is. All right, we got a manifesto. Okay, Grok. Oh, I saw this post earlier. Okay, so this is back on the shooter. That's from Minneapolis today. It says, here is Grok's deep search of the reported manifesto seems to be heavily anti-religion in nature, based on the analysis of the Cyrillic script on the right side of the notebook image. The text appears to be in Russian, given the character users and recognizable phrase, product of the machine. If you ever want to feel like there's no hope, it's a good way to refer to yourself. The handwriting is cursive and somewhat irregular, which complicates a precise translation, but all provide a line-by-line translation of the legible portions, interpreting the text as continuous narrative when possible. Note that some words are obscured or ambiguous due to the style and overlap of the stickers, so it's best effort to translation. Translation, product of the machine. I saw my dreams of change. When you don't understand, this world is not for you, and everything relates to power. You see strength in this, but I see a lie. This place drains life, or it pours out life. I want to change this, but my hands are soft from power. Could mean personal weakness due to privilege or corruption by power. General observation of those in control. Yeah, guys, Grok also notes that positioning of the stickers and words on the left, as referenced both Luigi Mangione and Ted Kaczynski, the left page appears to be printed and pasted diagrams labeling firearm components, manual safety spring, magazine release assist barrel, receiver assembly, numbered like an assembly manual. Stickers overlap this, creating a collage effect. Interesting. Yeah, Luigi Mangione, guys. Please DM me when you are going live so I can repost and watch. I will do my best to remember that West Virginia, in fact, claims he was arguing with a demon. Well, I would argue that he is a demon. Also, Gardner says he has some memes sent. I appreciate that. Oh, I saw this one. This one was pretty good. I saw this video earlier, Gardner. But yeah, guys, this person is disturbed. This is more of a mental illness. This is demonic possession, guys. Look at this. Like, people scribbling this stuff in a notebook. Like, he's looking in a mirror with a rifle and seeing a demon in the mirror. Like, I just don't know, guys. I don't know what's happening anymore. These people are definitely losing their minds. Let's get to a meme. They're much more enjoyable. How I ended up. Oh, explaining to my wife how I ended up with a new tractor. Let's check this out. Okay, so he got chloroformed and is being dragged by his feet. Okay, so now we have a contract. So he's being forced to sign the contract while unconscious, having been chloroformed. Okay, now we've got, he's being dragged outside, or firemen carried outside, I guess. He got put in the seat of his new tractor and is being woke up. Keys handed. He's waking up kind of like, what's happening? Like, I'm shaking hands. And he says, how? Like, how did I end up with a new tractor? Well, guys, that's, I guess, sometimes how it happens. Oh, it's a good video, though. Nice, wholesome. Love it. This is where we are. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create white liberal women. White liberal women create hard times. This might be one of my favorites. Like you are, did you make this one, Gardner? I gotta know. Did you actually make this one, or did you just find it? Because if you made this, you're really stepping up your game, my guy. I've been very impressed with your meme game. Awesome video. Yep. Please DM me when you. Oh yeah. Yeah, the whole thing's crazy. But yeah, if this is your actual meme, dude, like, props. You made it. Oh shit. All right. Well, great work, sir. Love it. Also, this is a contribution by Titan Shell. Me talking sexy. I will make you wetter than a retard's chin. Interesting share. Just remember, guys, if you share anything in my DMs, it might end up on the show. This is pretty damn funny, though. Although, how wet is a retard's chin? I'm trying to find out. What do you guys think? It's an interesting argument to make. Yeah, guys, it's been fun. Went a little long, but hey, we're here for it. Also, to help you out, West Virginia. Oh, West Virginia has some sent 25 seconds ago. Let's pull this up. Almost missed it. I found it. Went to a petting zoo yesterday. Oh. Okay, West Virginia. That is. Okay, I think this one wins today. Like, Gardner, that was really good, but this was awful. Oh my God. Like, like, this was so good. What do you guys think? Let's put it up to a vote. Let's side by side these two. Let me get the other one pulled up here real quick. Oh, now I get the context. Gardner is just sending me gifs of retards drooling on themselves, so I get it now. Thank you. West Virginia wins. Yeah, that was pretty fucking good. So what do we got, guys? This is, put a 1 in the chat for Gardner's, 1 in the chat for this meme, the cycle, 1 in the chat for Gardner, or 2 in the chat. 2 in the chat for this one from West Virginia. What do you guys think? Gardner voted for West Virginia's meme. I don't know. What do you think? 1 for Gardner's meme, 2 for West Virginia's meme. Let me get some votes in here, and then we're going to wrap it up. While I wait to tally those votes, guys, I will let you know that I will be here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with the evening update. We're going to do this shorter, 45 minutes or so. Cover the last few days. We are still going to do our weekly update on Saturday night. So evening update is going to be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Evening update, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Weekly update, 7 p.m. Saturday Eastern time. And that's to make room so that we finish that 2-hour-ish show just prior to the conversation with Adrian Dittman so that we can all support that as well. We have Tuesday topic exchange. 8:45 p.m. Eastern. We have Monday going to be coming up, I believe 8:45 as well, with 2 veterans and a Gardner, where we're going to be interviewing veterans with Gardner. And I believe the first week is going to be either myself or Chatban or both. We're going to have to see how we do it. Yes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. That is correct, West Virginia. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:30 p.m. Saturday is going to be at 7 p.m. Monday, 8:45 p.m., 2 vets and a gardener. Tuesday, 8:45 p.m., topic exchange. And then we also have Sunday at 4 p.m. Shell and Christina have their Bible space. So, guys, the village is doing all kinds of great things. The community is doing great things. I appreciate all of you. Check out my profile on X for a link to my webpage. It has links to all the ways that you can support me. So check those out as well. I appreciate that, West Virginia. Thank you very much. Guys, we have an interview that I'm going to be filming here coming up here for Patriot Files. If you want to be on the Patriot Files, we just got to arrange a time for you to come up here and visit the studio, spend some time together, film an interview, and we will edit it, get it put up. But guys, I'll see you on Friday. Have a great week. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. And God bless. Bye for now. Have a good night, guys. Love you. Bye.